Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's Proverbs with Paul in the afternoon. And it is a blustery day out there. It's like it's got all cold and wet and windy. What happened to our sunshine? Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 27. If you have nothing with which to repay, why should he take your bed from under you? Solomon is referring to yesterday when someone stood guarantor and the implications of that person not paying their responsibility means that you are now responsible. And the idea of being responsible is that you are going to be held accountable. He says, if you don't want someone to come in and take the bed from under you, then be wise and be aware not to become a guarantor, lest you find yourself without a bed, a place to sleep, a place to rest. And the idea of sleep and rest and bed is security, recovery, and comfort. Brothers and sisters, there are things that we should get involved in, and there are things we shouldn't get involved in. And in one sense, it's wise not to allow yourself to become vulnerable to debtors, which is again talking about borrowing and lending. And we said yesterday that it's not a problem to borrow, providing you can make the repayments back. But if you borrow beyond what you can actually recover in terms of making the payments, then you're inevitably going to be on a journey heading towards a very negative place. And he's saying you don't want to be in a situation whereby the bailiffs come, knock at your door, come into your home, take away your bed, take away your security, so that you're out there on the street with no shelter, no security and no protection. But why are so many people being led into debt? Another facet of escapism from debt is gambling, and the idea of people trying to put what they have, which they can't afford, into a position where it can make them more than they have. Almost a deception that you can escape poverty. The reality is God never intended anyone to be poor. God has made provision for everyone on the earth. There is enough in the earth to provide for everyone's needs. It's the greed of the some that manipulate the most. And it's the greed of the very greedy that is controlling our societies in our world today. In fact, there are people who own wealth that are controlling countries all over the world and manipulating governments and causing all sorts of decisions to be made because they're indebted to these moneylenders who have somehow managed to elevate themselves in a position of great power, influence and authority. Money talks. And the darkness behind money is very active and it's controlling us. But it all starts from being in debt. Poverty wasn't God's idea. It's come about as a result of the greed of the some. Thank you for joining me. Be blessed. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.